In this video, we look at how we can follow a particular sequence when we want to identify and describe the particular language devices that a writer uses to create a particular effect. The sequence which we've looked at in earlier sessions is point, evidence, explain, explore. So let's look at how the student has followed that sequence in putting together this particular answer. We could see that in the first sentence the writer uses emotive language to draw attention to the problems faced by the dairy farmers. The student has identified a particular language device, which is the use of emotive language, which is the use of language that aims to, it's not objective language, it's language that conveys a particular view on the action or carries some emotional weight of some sort. So it's not objective, it's emotive language. So the first sentence then is used to make the point. The second sentence, which begins with a connective, for example, reads, "She describes the way supermarkets are crippling farmers by reducing the price they are paid for milk." So we could see here that the student has used an embedded quote. It's just one word, but that still counts as a quote. And here the student is providing evidence of the point that she has made in the very first sentence. So she's giving an example of the use of emotive language. The third sentence begins with another connective, this, which refers back to the previous sentence. This gives the impression that the supermarkets are acting like bullies, physically hurting the farmers. So in this third sentence we have an explanation. The student is explaining what the writer has been able to do by that use of emotive language. Note also that the correct use of a comma there before the subordinate clause at the end of that sentence. And then in the final sentence, the fourth and final sentence, we have a discourse marker there, in my opinion, which and in this final sentence the student makes the point. This is another example of how the writer sets out to influence our opinions about the intentions of supermarkets. So we see that the student's taken this opportunity to explore, to unpack a little bit more fully the use of emotive language and how that links up with the writer's earlier use of language. You see here another example, so that refers back to an earlier point that the student has made in the answer. So this little paragraph then is a good example of how you can follow that sequence: point, evidence, explain, explore.